This chapter explains about the main screen. This video is not a substitute for proper training. Users of the NKV-330 ventilator should be properly trained and have read and understood the operator's manual. Specifications are subject to change by Nihon Kohden at any time without notice. Some products may not be available in your country. Contact your Nihon Kohden representative for details. The layout for the main screen can be customized according to application or preference. This is the standard screen layout when measuring CO2 and SpO2. Left side of the main screen. The ventilation parameter measurement values such as peak inspiratory pressure, minutes volume, tidal volume, total respiratory rate, and total leak are displayed. The numeric values can be customized to show measurement values for other parameters. The measurement values for CO2 and SpO2 are placed below these numeric values. The upper and lower alarm limits are displayed on the right side of the measurement value of each ventilation parameter and vital sign parameter. When the alarm function is set to off, the alarm setting is displayed as dashes. Various operation keys appear on this side of the display. The bottom 4 items show previously assigned operation keys, and these operation keys can be assigned from various functions or windows which are listed on the Keys tab on the System Setup window. Three operation keys at the top of the screen. The audio paused operation key is displayed at the top. The alarm sounds are temporarily paused after the audio paused key is selected, and an audio pause icon is displayed beside the alarm messages for alarms that occur while the audio is paused. While the alarms are paused, the audio paused message and the remaining pause time are displayed at the upper left of the screen. Select the menu operation key to display the menu window. The menu window displays a list of windows that can be displayed on the ventilator, such as Circuit Check and Cal, O2 Source, System Configuration, and so on. Windows can be checked easily since the buttons are laid out according to the content of each window. Select any key on the menu window to change that window. Select X to close the menu window. The Alarm Settings window shows the alarm upper and lower limit settings for all parameters. The upper and lower limit alarm settings of ventilation parameters and vital sign parameters can be changed on this window. Select X to close the alarm setting window. Four items of the operation keys previously assigned on this ventilator are Control Settings, Event Log, Cabinet, and Standby. As basic operations, select each operation key to display the corresponding window, and select X to close the window. Select the Control Settings operation key to display the Control Settings window. The Control Settings window can also be displayed by selecting the ventilation mode at the bottom of the main screen. Select Event Log to display the Event Log window. The Event Log window shows all of the alarm event logs and operation logs in a table. The cabinet is an area at the bottom of the main screen that displays numerics and a review window. Select Cabinet to display content previously assigned to the cabinet area. The waveforms can always be displayed above the cabinet area, even when other windows are displayed in the cabinet area. Select the Standby Operation key to display the Move to Standby window, and select Confirm to set the ventilator to ventilation standby and end patient ventilation. When the ventilator enters ventilation standby, ventilation stops, and ventilation parameters, waveforms, and ventilation alarms no longer appear on the main screen. However, it is possible to continue CO2 and SpO2 monitoring while the ventilator is in ventilation standby. Ventilation can be restarted from ventilation standby by selecting Resume Ventilation on the standby window or detecting the patient's spontaneous breathing. Information, alarm messages, the waveform freeze key, the screen copy key, patient interface icon, main battery information, and current date and time are displayed in the top area of the main screen. The information shown on the upper area of the main screen includes various types of information to indicate the measurement environment and current device status. The Alarm Messages section shows alarms which are not cleared yet. Numeric data for waveforms can be viewed by freezing all the waveforms displayed on the main screen. Select Waveform Freeze at the top of the main screen. A yellow cursor appears on the waveforms after freezing them on the main screen. Turn the operation knob to the right or left to move the yellow cursor to the relevant waveform. Measurement value is displayed beside the cursor. Waveforms can be unfrozen by touching Waveform Freeze at the top of the main screen again. The Screen Copy key can be used for saving screenshots of the currently displayed screen to the storage media. Up to 10 screenshots can be saved on the storage media concurrently. The Patient Interface icon shows the type of patient interface to be used. The main battery information shows the remaining capacity of the main battery. The current date and time are displayed on the upper right side of the screen. Note that if the date and time settings are changed during monitoring, the date and time of all stored data is also changed. Up to 3 ventilation waveforms for airway pressure, flow, and volume are displayed in the middle of the main screen. The plethysmogram of CO2 waveform can be displayed below ventilation waveforms when SpO2 and CO2 are measured. The ventilation waveform color, both for each parameter and the vent cycle, can be set on the color page in the System Setup window. On this ventilation, all ventilation waveforms are displayed in the same colors, but different colors indicate different parts of the ventilation cycle. In the default settings, the expiratory phase is shown in green, mandatory ventilation in red, and spontaneous inspiration in white. When the CO2 sensor and the SpO2 probe are disconnected from the ventilator, CO2 waveform and plethysmogram disappear from the screen and an alarm is generated. To clear the alarm, press the Alarm Paused operation key and stop measuring these parameters, or reconnect the CO2 sensor and SpO2 probe to resume measuring these parameters. that case, the CO2 waveform and plethysmogram reappear, but the CO2 sensor calibration is required again. Select the ventilation mode from the keys on the Control Settings window at the bottom of the main screen, and display the Control Settings window to change the ventilation mode and ventilation parameter settings during the patient ventilation. The current major control settings applied to the selected ventilation mode are displayed at the bottom of the main window. The setting value of these ventilation parameters can be changed directly from these settings.